Hi students, in this class we are going to study subrings, definition of subrings and examples of subrings and some theorems on subrings. Subrings, what is the meaning of subring? Here, let R plus dot be a ring. A non-empty set S of R is said to be a subring of R if S plus dot itself is a ring. Subring nothing but, see here, R plus dot is a ring. S is a subset of R. S is a non-empty subset of R. S is said to be a subring of R if S itself is a ring. Okay. R is a ring. S is a non-empty subset of R. S itself a ring. Then S is called a subring of R. Note, every ring R always has two subrings, set of 0 and R itself. Every ring has two subrings. One is set of R and R itself. These are called improper subrings. Okay. Any other ring, any other subring other than 0 and R are called proper subrings. Examples: the set of all integers Z is a subring of rational numbers with respect to addition and multiplication. Because Z is a non-empty subset of rational number and Z itself is a ring, therefore Z is a subring of set of rational numbers with respect to addition and multiplication. Next example, the set of 2 cross 2 matrices over the set of rational numbers is a subring of the ring of 2 cross 2 matrices over the set of real numbers. Next example, the ring of even integers is a subring of ring of integers. Because set of even integers is a subset of set of integers and set of even integer itself a ring. Therefore, ring of even integers is a subring of the ring of integers. The ring of reals is a subring of the ring C of complex numbers. Ring of reals, here set of real numbers is a subset of complex numbers and R itself is a ring. Therefore, ring of reals is a subring of the ring C of complex numbers. Note, if a ring R is without zero divisors, then any subring S of R must also be without zero divisors. Here, if R is a ring, it has no zero divisors, then S is a subring of R. Then RS also has no zero divisors. Next note, if a ring R is commutative, then any subring S of R must also be commutative. Here R is a ring. If R is commutative, then subring S of the set R is also commutative. Third note, if R is a ring with unity, then it may have a subring without unity. If R is a ring with unity, but S may have a unity or may not. Theorem 1. This is very important theorem. A non-empty subset S of a ring R is a subring of R if and only if first condition A is element of S, B is element of S. This implies A minus B is also element of S. Second condition, A belongs to S, B belongs to S. This implies A into B belongs to S. Here first we prove necessary condition. First take a non-empty subset S of a ring R is a subring of R. Here S plus dot is a subring of R plus dot. Okay, here subring nothing but S itself is a ring of R. S itself is a ring. Okay, ring nothing but for every B belongs to S, this implies minus B also belongs to S, and S is a ring means closure property. S is closed under addition. Suppose A is element of S, B is element of S, then minus b is also element of S. A plus of minus b belongs to S. That is nothing but A plus into minus minus b. A minus b belongs to S. Also, S is closed under multiplication. Suppose for A belongs to S, B belongs to S, then A into B also belongs to S. This is the necessary condition. Next, we have to prove sufficient condition. Okay. First take, let S be a non-empty subset of R in which the conditions A and B belongs to S, A minus B belongs to S. A and B belongs to S, nothing but A into B belongs to S are satisfied. If these two conditions are satisfied, then we have to prove S is a subring of R. Okay. Therefore, for A belongs to S, this implies by this condition A minus A belongs to S, that is 0 belongs to S. Additive identity exists in S. 0 is the additive element. A 0 comma A belongs to S. By this property 0 minus A. 0 minus A is minus A. Minus A belongs to S. Therefore, additive inverse exists in S. Let B belongs to S. This implies minus B belongs to S. A and minus B are the elements of S. Then by closure property by this property A minus of minus B, that is A plus B belongs to S. Therefore, S is closed under addition. Since S is a subset of R, S is a subset of R, associative property, commutative property holds with respect to addition holds as they holds in R. Because here S is a subset of R. In R, commutative property holds good and associative property holds good. Here S is a subset of R. Therefore, in S also commutative and associative property holds good. S is closed, commutative law holds, associative property holds, identity element exists, inverse element exists. Therefore, S plus is an abelian group. Since the associative and distributive laws with respect to multiplication over addition holds in R, associative property and distributive property holds good. S is a subset of R. Thus, they also holds in S. Therefore, S is a ring with respect to addition and multiplication. Therefore, S plus dot is a subring of ring R plus dot. Next theorem, theorem number 2. A non-empty subset S of a ring R is a subring of R if and only if, first condition, S plus of minus S equals S. Second condition, S into S is a contained in S. Subset or equals S. Here first we have to prove necessary condition. First take, let S be a non-empty subset S of a ring R is a subring of R. S be a subring of R. Subring of R nothing but S is a ring by itself. S itself is a ring. Therefore, S is abelian group under addition. S is a ring nothing but by the definition of ring, S is abelian group with respect to addition. Okay. Let A plus of minus B belongs to S plus of minus S. A belongs to S minus B belongs to minus S. Okay, that is A belongs to S minus B belongs to S nothing but B also belongs to S. This implies A minus B belongs to S because S is a subring of R. Last theorem. Previous theorem, S is subring of R nothing but if A and B belongs to S, A minus B belongs to S. Okay. Next. Here we have taken A plus of minus B belongs to S plus of minus S. We got A minus B belongs to S. Okay. Therefore, we can write S plus of minus S contained in S. Subset or equals S. Equation number 1. Okay. Let A belongs to S. Then A equals, A can be written as A plus 0. This implies 0 belongs to S. Minus 0 belongs to minus S. A plus 0 belongs to S plus of minus S. That is a plus 0 nothing but a. A belongs to s plus of minus s. Here we have taken a belongs to s and we got a belongs to s plus of minus s. Therefore, s contained in s plus of minus s. That is s contained in s plus of minus s. From equation number 1 and 2. For example, a is a subset of b and b is a subset of a. Then a and b are equal. Therefore, a s plus of minus s equals s. This is necessary condition. In the next step, we should prove sufficient condition also. Okay, one more condition is there. Since s is a subring of r, then s is closed with respect to multiplication. Okay, therefore a belongs to s, b belongs to s. This implies a into b belongs to s. But a into b belongs to s, yes. A belongs to s, b belongs to s. A into b belongs to s, yes. That is, AB belongs to s, yes implies AB belongs to s. Therefore, s subset or equals s. Okay, sufficient condition. If first two conditions are satisfied, then we have to prove s is a subring of r. First two conditions are s plus of minus s equals s and s subset of s are satisfied. Then to prove that s is a subring of r. First take first condition, s plus of minus s equals s equals s plus of minus s subset of s. That is, a plus of minus b belongs to s. A plus of minus b belongs to s. S is a subgroup of the addition group R plus. Also, second condition, S contained in S. AB belongs to S. For all AB belongs to S. S is closed with respect to multiplication. A minus B belongs to S. AB belongs to S. These two conditions are enough to say S is a subring of R. Hence, S is a subring of R.